What's up, Raider Nation? Today we're diving into an early 53-man roster projection for the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, it's still early in the offseason, but after the NFL draft, it's the perfect time to evaluate where the team stands and who might make the final cut. Let's break it down by position, starting with the quarterbacks. Quarterbacks. Currently, the Raiders have 5 QBs on the roster, but realistically, only 3 will make the final 53. Geno Smith is the obvious starter. Behind him, Aiden O'Connell, AOC, and Cam Miller are the 2 I'd keep. That leaves Carter Bradley and Tommy Mellott on the outside looking in. In a worst-case scenario, Mellott's versatility might help in a depth crisis. But for now, 3 quarterbacks should be enough. Running backs. The decision here gets interesting, especially if the team chooses to carry a fullback like undrafted free agent Conroy, who's got incredible athletic traits. That said, I'd keep it to 4 running backs: Ashton, Jeanty, Raheem Mostert, Sincere McCormick, and Dylan Lobb. Jeanty, in particular, looks like a breakout talent who brings a ton of upside to the backfield. Wide receivers. No surprises with the top names here. Jacoby Myers, Jack Beck, and Trey Tucker are locks. I'm keeping 5 receivers total, and the last spot might raise some eyebrows. Kyle Phillips. He was Chip Kelly's first recruit at UCLA and brings versatility and special teams value. That could be enough to earn him a spot on the roster. Tight ends. Right now, the Raiders have 7 tight ends on the roster. But let's be honest, only 3 should make the cut. Brock Bowers is the clear standout, and Michael Mayer is another young talent with major potential. The 3rd spot is open for competition, but with needs on defense, it makes sense to carry fewer tight ends and load up on depth where it's more uncertain, like linebacker, defensive tackle, or in the secondary. Let's move to the offensive line, an area where the Raiders have clearly built solid depth. John Spytek has made it clear that he values the trenches, and it shows. Protecting Geno Smith and creating running lanes for Ashton Jeanty is going to be critical, which is why I project the team will carry 9 offensive linemen. Here's who I'd keep: Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Jackson Powers Johnson, Alex Kappa, and DJ Glaze are all easy choices. Alongside them, I'd include Jordan Meredith, Charles 9th spot, at least as things stand today. There are a few undrafted guys who could push for a role, but Munford holds that final place for now. Now let's flip to the defensive side of the ball, where I'm projecting the Raiders to keep more defenders than offensive players. That's simply because the offense feels more established at this point, while the defense has more roles up for grabs. Starting with the edge rushers, Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz, and Tyree Wilson are locked in. After that, things get interesting. I'm betting on upside here, and Andre Carter II stands out as a high-ceiling player, with the kind of raw athleticism this front office seems to be targeting. He fits the mold of what the team has been prioritizing in recent draft and UDFA pickups. One more name to watch: undrafted rookie John Joyner. He's a sleeper with intriguing potential. Notably absent from my list is Charles Snowden. If his situation clears up and the team is comfortable moving forward, he could easily slide into that final roster spot. But for now, Carter gets the nod. At defensive tackle, the choices are more straightforward. Christian Wilkins, Adam Butler, and Byron Tonka Hemingway are clear picks. With a renewed emphasis on dominating the line of scrimmage, this group should be the foundation for the Raiders' interior defense. The Raiders are clearly building a defense that wants to dominate at the line of scrimmage, especially on the interior. This team thrives on physicality up front, and we can expect heavy rotation on the defensive line, much like last season. With the use of 5-man fronts, depth becomes even more important. If I'm only keeping 4 defensive ends, then I'm locking in 6 defensive tackles. That group would include rookies Byron Tonka, Hemingway, and Markwu Phelps, plus Jonathan Levi, a powerful presence the staff is high on. Add in Adam Butler, Christian Wilkins, and the newly signed Linval Joseph. And that gives the Raiders a strong, versatile group to rotate and keep fresh in the trenches. Now let's move to linebacker, one of the most unpredictable position groups right now. The Raiders could go a number of directions here, but as of today, I'd project them to keep 6 linebackers. The reason? The new kickoff and punt return rules make it more valuable than ever to carry athletic, versatile backers who can contribute on special teams. Recent additions like Cody Lindenberg, Ellendon Roberts, and Devin White are expected to lead the group. After that, it's going to be a battle between Amari Gaynor, Amari Burney, and Tommy Eichenberg for the final spots. If the team ends up only keeping 5 linebackers, expect a heated competition among those 3 for the last job. Let's head over to the cornerback room, where the situation is still developing. There's talent in the group, no doubt. The corners are athletic, long, and bring upside. But there's still uncertainty, especially at nickel corner. That's one of the biggest needs on this roster right now, along with linebacker and free safety. In my current 53-man projection, I was only able to fit 5 cornerbacks, and that leaves the depth at nickel looking shaky. If Darnay Holmes were to miss time, it's unclear who would step into that role on game day. Maybe Isaiah Polamau shifts over in a pinch, but it's definitely an area the coaching staff needs to address before week 1. Now let's wrap up the defense with the safety group, which, like corner, has plenty of upside but also a lot of question marks. Jeremy Chinn stands out as a physical hybrid, part linebacker, part strong safety. Isaiah Polamau also fits that box safety role. The issue? The team still needs a true free safety, someone with range to play deep and control the back end. If I can only keep 4 safeties, here's who makes the cut. Jeremy Chinn, Isaiah Polamau, Lonnie Johnson Jr., and Trey Taylor, the 2023 Jim Thorpe Award winner. Johnson is solid on special teams and has a good connection with DB coach Marcus Robertson. Taylor's IQ and versatility give him a clear edge for that 4th spot. Unfortunately, Thomas Harper and Chris Smith missed the cut. On to special teams, where the trio is already set. Daniel Carlson remains one of the league's most reliable kickers, A.J. Cole is a top-tier punter, and Jacob Bobenmoyer holds down long snapping duties. As for return duties, we'll likely see a mix of Tommy Mellett, Dylan Lobe, and Trey Tucker in the kick and punt return game, giving the Raiders options with speed and shiftiness. Now, I'll be honest, trimming this roster down to 53 was no easy task. As of right now, the team has 91 players on the offseason roster, and technically 54 with David Agoa, the International Pathway Program player. This was the toughest 53-man projection I've ever done, which honestly is a good sign. It means the front office is stacking this team with real competition. I know I left some names off, and here are the top 10 players that were the hardest to cut. Tyreek McAllister, elite athleticism Christian Wilkerson, always proves himself Zamir White. Could still make it if they keep 5 backs. Will Putnam, Charles Snowden, John Joyner, UDFA, Zach Carter, big interior body Thomas Harper, Chris Smith, Sam Webb. Most of these guys could land on the practice squad, but in my opinion, Zamir White might want a fresh start somewhere else. It's starting to feel like he may not want to stay in Vegas. If you're still watching this deep into a 53-man roster breakdown in May, you're a real one, and honestly, probably a sicko in the best way. These are the fans who stay locked in through May, June, and July, and I respect the hell out of it. If you're one of those fans, drop a real one down in the comments and share this with another Raiders fan. Hit that subscribe button